Hello, Aces. Welcome back to the channel. One of my favorite shows out right now has been renewed for season 3. So, congratulations to Bel-Air, everybody on the cast and crew that's been working so hard. So, if you're anything like me, you grew up watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Will Smith was amazing. He's had an amazing career despite all the foolishness last year. Listen, he's been consistent for the past, 20, 30 years of my life, producing, writing, entertaining, rapping, acting, etc. So this movie is a spin-off based upon the original premise of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So it starts, you know, Jabari Banks, he plays Will Smith's character. And while they kept some things the same, the changes I really enjoyed. And I'm so glad that so many of you did as well, which is why it's being renewed for its third season. So what ended up happening was Morgan Cooper, he developed this television series, based upon the Fresh Prince, and he wrote a short fan film with the same name, Bel-Air. And in addition to Jabari Banks, it stars Adrienne Holmes, Cassandra Freeman, Ali Charlatan, Coco Jones. The list goes on and on. Okay. And I love the fact that they touch on, real world things that are relevant today, such as the importance of, being a social media influencer. That holds a lot of power. The activism that they'll get into, and I'll touch on that later in the video. And I love the fact that, they touch on mental health with students. And I love the fact that that's losing its stigma that it had in the past. They're addressing, Carlton's anxiety and dealing with the curriculum that Ashley and her teachers face. I love this show. I think that they did a wonderful job incorporating, you know, the different characters and how they're represented on screen. They're beautiful. The vibrant colors. Coco Jones plays my favorite character in this series, which was Hilary Banks, because they are just fly, like, you know what I mean? Dressed, just killing it, fire looks every single episode. So with that being said, let's go ahead and there's Jeffrey, who, he comes, correct every time too. And he has a bit of a past, with his son, similar to the original storyline, but they remixed it for Bel-Air. And I love the fact that, him and Uncle Phil, they have their issues. So this story, it's a bit more complex than the Fresh Prince. I love the fact that Bel-Air, they really get into the backstory and the character arcs rather than just focusing on um, comedic relief, right? They delve into some deep issues on this show. Like Jabari, in season 2, well, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but he has some issues with season 2. And he's, again, coming from West Philly to the gated mansions of Bel-Air with his family. So that stayed the same. But unlike Will Smith, who at the time, it was a completely different era back then. He really delves deep into, racial tension issues, culture shock issues, Black excellence issues. And I really loved, Will and Alfonso's character, and, just Will and Carlton's character and their dynamic now. It's a little bit different. I think it's a little bit more complex. They show that Carlton has some deep rooted issues that he didn't have on the past show. And Will, again, he's struggling trying to find his way. He left for a little bit, had to find his head, came back. And while that did happen in the original Fresh Prince, it wasn't as convoluted and complex as they show in Bel-Air. So I feel like, of course, they did a great job with this being the remix, or, Fresh Prince 2.0, however you want to look at it. I love it. I love Coco Jones' character. She plays the heck out of Hilary Banks, who is an influencer. And like I said, I love her outfits. They have, starring roles like just people popping on the scene and, coming back and forth. I'm trying to tell you guys about how much I love the show without spoiling anything for you if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, Coco Jones, I mean, she's an amazing entertainer, singer, artist. And right here, she's a fashionista and an influencer. So she kills it. She's trying to be an entrepreneur herself. Here we have Tatiana Ali, who was the OG Ashley Banks. So she comes back and plays Ms. Teagues. And of course, we have the newer Ashley Banks on Bel-Air. And so Miss Teagues, there's some issues that happen, but, Ashley, as always, is very intuitive, curious student, very, much hands-on, even though she's the youngest out of the three Banks children. But Tatiana Ali, she plays she plays Miss Teagues, and Miss Teagues is one of my favorite characters. Even though she's a guest spot, I mean, she is a teacher that truly cares about her students, and she ramps up her, her curriculum. But yeah, it's great to see Ashley back. I hope they bring Karen Parsons back, who played, Hillary Banks on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I would love to see her maybe work with Coco Jones, in their character and develop a fashion line, or like that would be so dope. But anyway, so here we have Will Smith really getting into the activism part, and I really enjoy how much they encourage their students and their cast, members in this show to really push that envelope, because I don't think that culturally, and they were backed by the studio NBC at that time. So this is a independent streaming on Peacock, I believe. But it was completely different time in the 90s. And so to see, Tatiana Ali on the show again, which is great, to see, Jabari Banks playing Will Smith, and, he got his fist up, and Black Teachers Matter. Like, it just shows the progress that we've made so far. And I love the show. So I definitely, of course, love seeing everybody. Here we have, them supporting Aunt Viv in her art show. You guys remember, she was an artist and art professor, and she's doing her thing. But yeah, I'm so excited that Bel-Air has been renewed for season 3. Please make sure you support it, because it is a great show. I can't wait to see, how the characters evolve for the new season. But as always, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know, your favorite character on Bel-Air, or if you even prefer, the original Fresh Prince, because some people do. So with that being said, I will talk with you later. Take care, Aces. Bye.